There's one key thing that I wish I understood early in life. Fortunately, I just intuitively understood it somehow, but I wish I knew it explicitly, and it's so important for people to understand it. And that is the most important law by which life operates. And that law is the law of free will. Every single person has free will. And when we violate that free will, we are causing tremendous issues for ourselves. And you would be surprised when you could be violating free will. So for example, you could be trying to help somebody, for example, a family member, even if they don't want your help, and you're violating free will because they don't want your help, and you are forcing it on them because you don't want them to suffer. You know how things can be solved for them, even if they don't see it for themselves. Another example of free will violation is when you are lying. Why lying is bad? Because the other person trusts you. They trust your words. So if you are lying, you are violating their free will, even if it is a lie to help them. So for example, your mom is asking you if, for example, you are having a conversation with your mom who was abusive to you, God forbid, in childhood, and you make it sound like she wasn't, and if you are openly lying about it to protect her feelings, you are actually violating her free will because she's trusting you and you're lying. So it's a tricky thing. Even when you mean well, you have to be so careful not to cross that line. And it also makes life so much easier once you understand that this is the main law. As far as I understand, it is the main law by which life works. And then every time you make a decision, you're in an uncomfortable situation, you keep that in mind. Okay, what's happening here as it relates to free will? My free will, someone else's free will, and you make decisions based on that. Thoughts?
My thoughts are that you can look at it from a moralistic perspective, which is true what you said, but you can also look at it from a perspective of burden. When you lie to someone or you try to control them, it takes an enormous amount of energy in your life to do that.
Yes.
It becomes draining. You create a prison for them. You have to maintain the prison. You have to make sure they never break out of it. If you build your life whereby you get comfort and you have security because you're controlling someone, that means for the rest of your life you have to keep this person trapped. And that's not the person you want to be. That's not the way you want to spend your energy. It becomes something that looks like it works, but in the long term it simply drains you.
And the way Michael describes it now may sound like, oh, I never will do something like that. But it can be something as simple as you have a family member who is displaying self-destructive behavior and you're trying to protect them. But you have to be doing it very carefully without violating their free will.
Well, you can't really protect anyone. People can only protect themselves by making decisions that are good for them. If you never teach someone to protect themselves, and the way you teach them by letting them struggle and fail in a controlled way, if you never let them learn how to protect themselves, for the rest of their lives they will be dependent on you. And eventually they'll blame you.
They will always blame you.
Because nobody wants to be dependent on anyone. It's a humiliation, it's an embarrassment. And nobody wants to see someone every day that they need and they're helpless around.
It's different when someone wants help and willing to work for it even more than the drive that comes from you. Then, yes, you are helping, but the other person is doing the work. But if you're the one pushing harder than the other person, because you can see their potential, you can see who they can be, you are at that time in a way betraying yourself, because you are taking attention away from your own life, which you have responsibility for, and putting your attention on someone else's life that you do not have responsibility for.
You can look at, we're now watching the World Cup football. If you look at really good teams, you want to be with someone as part of a team. But in a team, no one protects the other person. They don't step in and do their work for them. They have defined roles. They choose to be together. They've made that choice. Nobody forced them to do it. They take a lot of pride in helping each other, but they don't take on the burden and the responsibility of the other person's role and task. Everyone's an adult. They choose to be together. There's an alignment of interests. There's joy. There's no lying. There's no setting up barriers and so on. And that's how all relationships need to be in life. You have to choose, knowing all the facts, to be with that person or around that person.
Yes. Similarly, in a relationship, never run after somebody. If they want to go, let them go.
Or chase after them. You don't have to run.
Yes.
If you're just walking really fast, also don't do that.
Yes. It is their free will, and you don't need to prove to them that they will be much worse without you. In a way, this comes back to a very, very important point. Whenever we do our coaching with clients, I always start from this one sentence, that we have general rules of engagement in our results clinics. When we work with clients, we have very intense deep dives with each client. And the first thing we always say is, look at life in terms of, from the position of how this is happening for you, where is the opportunity. And when someone is leaving, even if it's really painful, somehow it's happening for you.
Well, the way I look at it is, I'm a kind of a stats kind of guy. There are, let's just summarize this. It's more than 7 billion people. Let's say there's 7 billion people in the world. Your whole life is about finding the person who wants to be with you and around you, and there's more than one person, and the people you want to be around. And there's so many people. How do you vet everyone? If someone decides they don't want to be with you, you should thank them.
Yes, thank you so much. Please go.
Because now I've eliminated one person and you've done the work for me. You've chosen for me. You've actually made the decision. Now I've got 6,999,999,999 people I need to vet. I'm off.
Yes, exactly.
But you should thank them.
Yes.
Thank you for telling me this now, before I built my entire life around something that you could have chosen to have ended in one day or 1 week over something that I think is kind of unimportant. So when people show you who they are, never be angry. It's an absolute gift.
It's such an incredible gift.
To see people for who they are.
Yes. And this is a gift actually people who are minorities have an extra volume, because you get to see who people are faster.
Yes.
So for example, imagine you are not white, or you have a very strong accent people don't like. You can see how certain people immediately become discriminatory, and then you can just eliminate them as an option of a friend, of a potential spouse, business partner, client.
When I was traveling, I normally travel and I dress very well. I wear a pocket square, I wear tailored suits and blazers, and I'm almost always in probably the best part of the city, and I'm there every day. But the treatment you get is because people know you must be someone at least wealthy, if not powerful, because of where you're spending the majority of the time and the way you dress. And then recently I decided that it's just too hot. I'm not going to dress that way, because you can't be wearing a suit and a tie and a pocket square when the temperature is getting to 41 degrees Celsius. So I decided to wear a white t-shirt and sweatpants and move around. But it was a truly shocking experience, the way you get treated when people don't think you either have money or you are a powerful person. It doesn't matter how you carry yourself, because I'm still the same person. I'm articulate, I stand the same way, I walk the same way, I sit the same way, I have the same level of confidence. but they've already pigeonholed you. They've stereotyped you. And there's nothing you can do to change their mind, and you shouldn't try to change their mind.
Yes, because they show you how they treat people. It gives you very important information so you don't waste your time.
Yeah, if a restaurant decides they
Somehow
don't
we
want to
drifted from free will.
But this is free will. Because this free will is not just about not controlling people. It's about giving people the freedom to show you who they are.
Yes.
That's free will as well. Give people the freedom to really show you who they are. And you will be far better off. If a restaurant doesn't want to serve you, fine.
Yes.
That's their problem.
Thank you so much for letting me know.
Thank you so
now.
much for not ordering food you were going to spit in anyway.
Yes.
I'm really grateful for that.
Yes.
I'll go somewhere else.
Yes, gladly.
Free will is about giving people the freedom to show you who they are. And that's the most valuable thing you can do, is to see people for who they are. But to do that, you have to let them be who they are. Just let them be. Eventually, the barriers will fall away and they'll start doing things naturally because they feel they're not being watched. And then if they still care about you, they still support you, they still love you, and they still have your best interests, you stay with that person. But if you have to force someone to be nice to you, to care about you, then that's not going to last a long time, because that's not free will. You're making them do something they don't want to do naturally. The greatest gift is when people show you who they are.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. It can save you from so much pain down the road.
Not can, it will save you from
Yes.
a lot of pain down the road. It 100% will. Because most people, they are with someone because they think they can get something, they want something, or it's very convenient and nice to be around them. But life is built with many messy situations, and you want to be around people when things are not pleasant, when things are difficult, when things are not convenient. They're still the same person, they're still supportive.
As Oprah Winfrey said, that everyone wants to take a limo with you, but the real friends will want to take a bus with you.
And sometimes pay for it.
Yes. Or give you a ride.
Free will is such a simple concept that when people hear it, it simply flashes in their mind and it flashes out.
Yes.
But you must really think about this and write it down. What does free will mean if I had to practice it? And what would free will mean if I allowed people to be who they really are? What would I need to change to let people be themselves? And what would I need to change to be myself so I can see who really wants to be around me?
Yes. Accepting people as they are, not trying to explain to them things if they don't want to understand it. Everyone is learning. They're all going through the learning journey, and it's important to focus on yourself because each of us has a lot of lessons to learn.
And allowing someone to practice their free will is not about letting them be themselves and say, haha, I knew this.
Yeah.
No, it's about not
Yes.
judging.
Yes.
The other part of free will, practicing it, giving it, is not judging people. You see them for who they are, you must remember that they are great for someone else.
Yes.
Just not for you.
Just not for
It's
you.
just not a good fit. And you let them go, you don't judge them, and you thank the universe that you learned it early.
Exactly. Yes. And when you're grateful, more good things will happen. Gratitude is so powerful. So just be grateful when they show you who they are. We will summarize some key things from this to take away with you and how you can leverage this knowledge in your life starting today. You can download it in our free resources library below, and we will see you next time.